Hey guys, Tony here. Tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, it's the Emirates NBA Cup Championship game on Prime. This year's quest for the Cup has delivered incredible moments and jaw-dropping highlights, and they've all been building towards this, the final two teams. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship live from Las Vegas Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern on Prime. And if you're not a Prime member, that's not a problem. Sign up today for a 30-day free trial to get started. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship game tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details. All right, kicking things off with Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the NFL and the number one vodka in the world. Chris Cote, you're here.
Smirnoff!
Wow, you're on the money with Smirnoff.
Smirnoff!
Chris, you know what goes great with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff!
Yes, but I'm really talking about game day fit. The style's got to match the vibe.
Smirnoff!
All right, here's the deal. Game day is everything, and that's exactly why your fit has to match the occasion.
Smirnoff!
Starting this December, Smirnoff is giving fans 21 and over the chance to score limited edition Smirnoff commission merchandise from some of today's top creators, including Kayla Jones, Gavin Matthew, and Aleli May.
Smirnoff!
Here's the kicker. One lucky fan will take home the grand prize, a trip to the biggest game of the offseason. Plus, one fan will win Aleli May's one-of-one game day jacket.
Wow.
The merch will be dropped on select dates from December to January 21, and it's all courtesy of what brand?
Smirnoff!
That's right, Chris. Fans 21 and over can head to Smirnoff Socials to learn how to sign up. And don't forget to grab a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, number 21 at your local retailer.
Smirnoff!
Please drink responsibly.
Smirnoff!
Number 21 vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anybody under legal drinking age.
Smirnoff!
No purchase necessary. Must be legal U.S. resident, 21 or older. Sweepstakes starts 12/15/2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern and ends 1/23/2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. See official rules at program website.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Greg Zaslow is maintaining that tonight is a monster Miami sports night. Are you in agreement with a monster Miami sports night tonight?
No, I don't think you're a monster if you're playing a regular season game and you're both around 500. You know, I don't know.
Well, he's not saying it's just football. He's saying it's the Heat, the Panthers, and the Dolphins all playing at the same time on a weeknight. That's not normal.
Right. Yeah, it's sort of annoying. Like, what if you want to watch all three games, you know?
You still can in the modern age with all the technologies that people have.
Really?
They're on 3 different channels.
Yeah, but you're flipping back and forth. I mean,
Yeah, a couple screens, you know.
I think sports fans know how to watch 3 games at the same time.
Yeah, but they don't want to. You want to concentrate on a game.
Well, they're staggered. Like, one of them's at 7.
Yeah.
The other one's at 7:30, and the other one's at 8:15.
Yeah. It's fitting that the only one that really qualifies as a big game is the last one of the 3.
Okay, well, that's
Like the
great.
cleanup
So
there.
that's the main event.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think
that.
any of them are that big. Like, why would the last of the 3 qualify as a major event?
I mean, the Dolphins are fighting for their playoff life. I almost sounded like Zaslow there for a minute.
It was fake enthusiasm.
It really was.
And you started laughing right afterward.
I know.
You're laughing at yourself. I
Yes.
heard that squeak come out of you
It
that
was
sounds
fake.
like a Christmas
Yes,
toy.
Correct.
Yes. So
It did.
the Dolphins are fighting for their playoff life. You can't even muster faux enthusiasm
Their
for that?
playoff life. They are.
That's like a mix of me and Eric Reed, I think you did there.
Kaboom! That's my Eric Reed impression. Kaboom!
Is that right?
Yeah,
I usually with impressions, you can just let them stand on their own. You don't have to explain right afterward what they are.
Tonight is not a monster night in South Florida sports. It's the 7th biggest night in South Florida sports history this year.
That's your Eric Reed.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Hey, Marco. How you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me. But I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Jared. And they told me that you used to live in Detroit across the street from me. And gosh, that's beautiful. How you doing again? Nice talking to you again, I guess. But anyway, you're living in Vancouver now, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chanookah. I have no idea what Chanookah is, but happy Chanookah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanookah. Have a wonderful time.
On this Monster Miami Sports Night, we begin with Highlight. Champions again. Highlight is back, Jack. Mike Ryan went all over South Florida celebrating with the trophy this weekend. I felt like co-owner Chris Cote was pushed out of the way so that Mike Ryan could party with the trophy and Chris Cote couldn't get anywhere near the trophy. Let's play the winning point. Hundreds of people.
Shit stirring again.
Hundreds of people at Highlight to celebrate this historic championship as the Le Batard Show with Stugotz continues to try to keep Highlight alive as we have for 20 years. Here's the winning point for your champion Cyclones.
Nicholas with the catch at 13, low and hard. Manu's there again. Backhand from the 10. On the wall. Clean misses both ways. Here's Iñaki winding up. Philo. What a scoop by Etcheberry. Placement is caught by Iñaki. Iñaki, that lands in and scores for the win and the championship. Going to Iñaki and Manu of the Cyclones and the Cyclone squad.
Got to be a better call than that, no? For a championship point match.
Relax. We didn't make it very dramatic.
That was a hugely memorable last point, dramatic, with a lot of flourishing. And then at the end, Mike and Chris give traditional owners interviews.
That's right.
Mike, Chris, this team, and it started back in the draft, back a few months ago. How confident leaving that draft room were you in this version of the team?
The vibes were really strong leaving that draft. I'm just so glad we stuck with Manu this whole time. The start, the end. I'm so happy. Manu's the man. This is the Manu's championship right here.
And Mike, we'll ask you too, how's it feel, second championship in Cyclones team history?
Man, it felt like a really long time. To be able to go full circle, close things out here in Magic City, it's a special feeling, special team. Like Chris said, to be able to stick with our captain, Manu's such a special player, best backcourter in the world. Bueno coming back from injury, being super steady when the whole world doubted him. Jairo, I'm so happy for him. He's a veteran. He's never been to a final before. For him to win it, he was a crucial draft pick. Are you looking at the GM of the year? You might be looking at the GM of the year and the special weapon, Unda, the Undertaker. Let's go, Club!
All right, we'll let them celebrate and enjoy their moment, folks. What a season.
Yeah! I can't tell you how much I love that mascot for all the wrong reasons. Like, I wanted him to come in here this week and stained from a weekend of debauchery with smoking a cigarette. I saw that during that interview, Mike said you might be looking at the GM of the year, whereupon Chris Cote pops up in your screen and then runs off of the screen as soon as Mike says we're looking at the GM of the year. And I don't know whether he was talking about, is Mike the GM of the year or is Chris the GM of the year?
Oh, just stop it. Why are you trying to drive a wedge?
You can't do it. It's not going to be possible.
Is it in your DNA to just be happy for people? You open
you
4 seconds into the show.
You can't spell Dan without the D, the N, and the A.
Come on, dog.
I mean, to Dan's point, who is the GM of the year?
The Cyclones.
We'll share it. What you guys are getting bogged down on the wrong thing.
You said
guys, we're looking at the DM of the year. Who is it?
We are Season 8 Battle Court champions.
Let's go.
Period. That's the headline here.
Yes.
Where was the Greg Cote column?
Yeah.
Where was it? Where was it?
Next to the back of my day.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you wrote an article about Chris becoming owner. You'd think that we'd get a full circle.
Yeah.
There seems to be a conflict of interest on the reporting that Greg Cote does on this show versus real journalism.
What makes you say that?
You wrote an article about your son being the owner of the Cyclones.
I barely remember.
How emotional was it? You were there.
Yeah,
you were
I was there.
When you say you barely remember, we remember. Before this moment, the most memorable moment at Highlight at that fronton was you coughing so much during the pandemic that you fell down on the floor. You passed out and you fell down on the floor.
I fainted is what happened. I did not faint the other night because I was the adrenaline was coursing through my veins. It was an exciting night. Hundreds of fans were there, and the action was great. I mean, it was just, it's a really interesting sport. Highlight has died all over the country, but we're keeping it
all
alive
over the world
in South Florida.
I watched the whole thing, Dan. I watched the whole. It was on ESPN Plus. I watched the whole. match was long, I'm going to be honest, all right? It was my entire shift on ESPN. I'm on the radio, and I had on my iPad. I watched the entire match. And then you could see Chris. At one point, they showed Chris in like the backstage area.
They did. At one point, the camera came up to me and they're like, "We're going to show you." So I just had to do the thing of like
he was like watching, like really nervous mid-match, and then he gave and then he did like one of these. I think you were doing like a clones kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this motion.
Yeah,
it's the double C.
That's not what that looks like.
Hey, relax, family show.
It's not what that looks like. That doesn't look like.
Throw up your double C's.
What are the C's? What is the C's?
Oh, I see. I see.
Throw up your double C's. Let's go, Greg. Let's see it.
C stands for crank.
Yeah, very good.
I watched the whole thing. I'll be honest. I didn't know what was going on. But I watched the whole thing.
Well, what was going on is that they're champions again. The Cyclones are champions again, and we continue to keep Jai alive in South Florida and beyond. And I believe that we are celebrating this more this weekend than Inter Miami's championship because Messi went to India, didn't want to parade for the 37th best of his 43 titles, and so there was no Inter Miami parade, but there is a celebration of another South Florida championship. Mike, where did you end up with the trophy all weekend? The trophy was at Space. The trophy was at the University of Miami women's basketball game.
It was at the men's hoops game.
How'd you get to bring it in?
I know, folks.
Mike Ryan.
Golden cane.
Yeah, clear it.
Look at that. I can't wait for my day with the trophy.
Yeah, took a photo with Sebastian.
You get a day with the trophy?
There were smatters everywhere. Clones, go Clones.
Thinking elbow room, Flanagan's.
Highlight champion right there. That's a cup. You would hear whispers. Kyle Seeloff touched it.
Everyone showed up but
Look at
Roy.
Jason Taché.
Dwork was there. Jordan McPherson was there.
Wow, all the big names.
I think Mike Ryan bullied Jordan McPherson, by the way, into going that night because he came out and opened the thing and said, "Hey, Jordan McPherson, what the F about the AP vote?" And then he's like, "What do you want me to do, Mike?" And he's like, "Come to the highlight game." And he's like, "Okay, I'll be there." And then all of a sudden he showed up.
Greg, what were the highlights for you?
The highlights.
Were you there the whole time? Were you there the whole match?
Yeah, of course
The Miller
I was.
Lights were the highlight for him.
Of course I was. And by the way, to your point, it's a long game. You got to tighten it a little bit. Like, what is it, a best
I
of five?
have never heard after winning a championship someone who actually cares about their team complaining that it was a long game that they had to watch. It's because you two don't care. Like,
No, I
you're
care.
you're noticing the length of the championship win because you're looking at your wristwatch wanting to get out of there. You don't actually care.
Look at this.
What a moment.
You can stop faking that you care by complaining about how long the match is.
Look at
that
this.
guy, Greg
That's
Cote.
a man caring right there.
Hoisting the trophy.
Damn right.
Earlier this year, he gave you crap for banging a drum at a Panthers game.
We can see why there was no highlight article after this.
Put it on the poll,
I'm
please.
too close to the sport.
At Le Batard Show, did you foresee a circumstance where the Dolphins season would last longer than the Chiefs season? At Le Batard Show.
The World Cup is coming back to North America for the first time since 1994. 48 teams, these giant stadiums, the whole continent turning into one massive party. I cannot wait. But actually getting tickets to any of this? Yeah, that part, brutal. That's why the Game Time app has been a total lifesaver. It gives the advantage back to us, the fans. You can track price drops in real time, get alerts when seats opened up, grab tickets the second they hit the app, all backed by the Game Time guarantee. I'm on the app looking at World Cup matches in Miami because you know I am not missing that. I'm scrolling through every section in the building, behind the goal, midfield, lower bowl, upper bowl, and the deals are good. I had great seats locked in within minutes. The experience is so simple and intuitive. 2 taps and I'm done. And the price, no surprises, fees are included. The seat views are my favorite feature, and you'll get a full panoramic look before you buy. Take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Get ready for Jake versus Joshua, Judgment Day. A colossal global showdown shaking the world of boxing. Jake El Gallo de Dorado Paul, the sport's biggest disruptor, steps into the ring against Britain's own Anthony A.J. Joshua, the 2-time unified heavyweight world champion and Olympic gold medalist. This 8-round heavyweight mega fight pits pole swagger and superstardom against Joshua's power, precision, and legacy. It's youth versus experience, fame versus force. The biggest test of Jake Paul's career and a battle that could redefine modern boxing. Watch Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, live on Netflix.
If you could stop somebody from breaking in before they got inside your house, why wouldn't you? Most old school systems only go off after somebody's already in your place, opening your fridge, petting your dog, whatever. At that point, it's too late. It's reactive. Simply Safe is different. It's proactive with this double layer of defense that helps stop crime before it even starts. First, their AI-powered cameras spot potential threats outside, not just in motion, but an actual person lurking around in the bushes, behind a tree, in a car, under the car, wherever they may be. Then live monitoring agents jump in right away. They talk to the person through the camera, let them know they're on video, and that cops are getting called if they don't leave. That's how you stop crime before it starts. Personally, I trust Simply Safe to protect what matters most at my house, my wife, my daughter, my possessions, my things, my home, my safety, my peace. I trust that to Simply Safe. That's it. That's the list. No long-term contracts, no hidden fees, and Simply Safe was just named the best home security in 2025 by U.S. News and World Report. Right now, it's the best time to jump in. Simply Safe's last chance, Black Friday sale, 50% off any new system. Go to simplysafe.com/DLB. Again, that's simplysafe.com/DLB. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
Dan Le Batard.
Mike Ryan's in there, and he's the one with a baby. He's the one who's got to, worry about what the future is. And Mike Ryan bet on DraftKings because Mike Ryan bet on us. This is the bet you're afraid of doubling down on? Putting up a billboard in Edmonton?
Stugotz.
I care more about Matthew Tkachuk than I do my daughter.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
The Dolphins play against the Steelers tonight, and what we saw from the Chiefs yesterday is the seismic story in the sport, because not only is the Chiefs thing done, that game finishes with Mahomes on the turf, making you wonder, oh, wait a minute. How much longer is Andy Reid going to want to do this? How much longer are their coaches going to want to do this? If it's Mahomes to the middle of next season and he's already getting hit more, he got hit more the last 2 years than he had in the previous 6 combined because of what his offensive line is. Only Herbert has been hit more this year than Mahomes, and at the very end, for a worthless cause. And that Chiefs team is better than its record. That rare is the non-playoff qualifier that has this kind of point differential. In fact, comparatively, Denver is such a fraud. Comparatively, on an 11-game winning streak where all your games are an average of 7-point victories, the Chiefs have a great point differential, lost a bunch of close games, and are gonna miss the playoffs, even though they're not actually worse than the Dolphins.
Wait a minute. Listen, the Chiefs were known before this season for winning all those close games. That's been the big difference this year.
It's not an ability, Greg. The winning of close games is not an ability.
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
It is when you're playing bad teams. We looked at it. Their one-score victories that made everybody concerned, hey, how sustainable is this, came against bad teams. And this year, their one-score defeats came against good teams. They dipped. They weren't as good. Kelsey obviously looks a little different. Mahomes, I have always wondered, how is that body type going to age? He's torn his ACL in year 9. Should be noted, so did Tom Brady. Both missed the playoffs, and then Tom Brady went on a several decades run.
Enough with the comparison, as if Mahomes is going to replicate Tom Brady's career. Brady had practically 3 Hall of Fame careers. The first run, then he got hurt, then the second run, and then the Tampa run.
But he's walking in his footsteps, Zaz. He's got the 3 Super Bowls. He's got the exact same injury. He's going to miss the year. They're going to be bad. They're going to get Jeremiah
Brady
Smith.
has 7 Super Bowls. We act like it's so easy to win 7 Super Bowls.
Okay, but now this is the next act of Patrick Mahomes' career. Now it's act 2, another 3 Super Bowls.
Does Mahomes win another Super Bowl? Your best guess?
Yes.
No.
I don't think so either. They're done. The Chiefs dynasty died yesterday. The whole dynasty did. Andy Reid is on fumes. He's looking for an exit strategy.
Kelsey's definitely retiring.
Kelsey's done. Mahomes' best days are done. The offensive line stinks.
Well, this is what I didn't have, though, right? This is the part I did not have. After 9 straight division titles, 7 straight AFC championship games, and 3 straight Super Bowls, I did not have anything happening yesterday that would make me question next season this quickly. And the thing that happened is the thing that makes you wonder, oh, wait, did it all just come apart because they're trying to beat the Chargers and they can't do anything offensively and they lose at home 16-13 to the Chargers, and at the end of the game he's getting hurt. None of you guys had that either, right? That even if they were eliminated, we would have thought of that as anticlimax, but we wouldn't have thought, oh, wait a minute, what does this mean until the middle of next year? Oh, wait, their defensive coordinator and their coach are super old. Do they even want a part of whatever is the problem with how many people they're paying guaranteed money when they can't get out from under what this season was? What I'm telling you, though, is that team was not as bad as its record, and you seem to object to what I'm saying, that winning one-score games isn't an ability. Minnesota had it last year, and then they went into the playoffs and they didn't have it anymore.
Okay, but my point is, and it's quantifiable, Kansas City has, before this year, has been noted for winning a lot of one-score games.
Last year they were great at one-score games, but this year wasn't. What happened to the ability? If it's an ability, what happened to it?
Okay, so you're saying last year was not an ability. They got lucky last year.
They did.
Okay.
They did. They've got a great quarterback. Look, what tilts the odds in your favor on one-score games is, do you have a great quarterback? So, yeah, if you've got a great quarterback, you're more likely to win one-score games. Right. But this year, Mahomes is a great quarterback and wasn't able to win them because it's not an ability.
Okay, I think winning teams often get denigrated for reasons like this. Okay, we're saying that New England's 10-game winning streak was because they had a soft schedule. We're saying Denver is winning a lot of close games. Denver just beat Green Bay, which was a real test.
Denver's average margin of victory during this winning streak, during the 11 wins, is 7 points. It's the smallest one ever for this kind of winning. Ever.
But
they're not dominating people. They're just beating them. And you tell me whether you'd be surprised if Bo Nix loses a playoff game to Herbert by one score.
I wouldn't be surprised by much this season. This has been a crazy NFL season all the way around.
To that point, though, yeah, they've been beating teams just barely, but then you look at a team like Green Bay who you look and say, okay, they might be the best team in the league, and then they dominate that team, and you're like, okay, wait, like this team might be for real with the defense, and Bo Nix could just do enough. He has another 4-touchdown performance, and they can go on a run. They can make it to the Super Bowl easily.
A lot of teams in the AFC could make it to the Super Bowl easily because you've got all of the usual participants in the AFC out. Look at how many quarterbacks have appeared in the AFC Championship game over the last 22 years. It's like 5 or 6 in terms of, like, it's always the same guys in the game, and now they're all eliminated. Right. So of course you're looking at what Josh Allen. The story of the day yesterday. There was a ton of football news yesterday, right? A ton. The football story of the day yesterday was what Buffalo did to New England as New England's trying to wrestle the top of the division from them. And all I'm listening to during the game, Drake May's blocking down the field. Everything's about, he's the MVP, he's the MVP, he's the MVP. No, he's not. No, he's not. The MVP played in the other huddle. The MVP is the guy who scores 4 touchdowns a game, 10 times more than anyone else since 2020. And it's the guy who came back from 21 down, or what was it? Yeah, it was 21 down. The Patriots had the longest streak in league history of, if they're up 17 at home, it was 120 games. They never lose the game, and they lost it yesterday.
As someone that just reps the Shield, though, I came away bummed overall because of what happened to Mahomes. Like,
you rep the Shield?
I rep the Shield, and I wanted to see Josh see if he could go through that quarterback. And now Josh Allen doesn't look like he has to go through the quarterbacks that Dan highlighted. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow,
Still
Patrick
not
Mahomes.
Get to the Super Bowl.
You don't think Josh?
No.
Like, you've been firing off the definitive takes.
Their window's closed.
You've been saying the Chiefs are done and Josh Allen's not making the Super Bowl. I think Josh Allen's
racking
odds,
up some W's over
and the
here.
odds reflect this if you check DraftKings Sportsbook. Odds improved with what happened over the football weekend.
Buffalo's going to go on the road, win 3 games in playoffs?
Well, they may not have to. They're still alive in that division.
Yeah, I mean, the series is tied 1-1, so it'll come down to division record. Right now, Buffalo's a game back in the division and a game back overall.
I understand.
New England's still pretty much in charge.
I understand your point in theory. Like, is Josh Allen going to go through 3 road games potentially? And as Dan highlighted, Bo Nix doesn't scare anybody. He just showed you what he can do climbing back from a 21 hole at Foxborough. If there's a quarterback equipped that you feel confident in going through these other quarterbacks in the AFC, it's certainly Josh Allen.
I mean, if he doesn't win this year, Josh Allen, he's never going to win.
Well, I don't want to do always and never. I do want to highlight a couple of things that are aberrations. One of them, the Bills 6 times this season, 6, that defense has allowed a rusher to have 185 plus yards. The other team has had 185 or more rushing yards 6 times. Josh Allen's 4-2 in those games. What's happening with Josh Allen is something that, of the remaining quarterbacks, this can only be said, I believe, of one, not 2, not 3 of the remaining quarterbacks. If you're on defense, you fear him on 3rd and 11, and you fear him on 4th and 4. You desperately want the Bills to punt on 4th and anything, because he's going to scramble around back there and make plays when he's down 14-3 last week in the game. And they look beat against the Bengals on 4th and 4. It doesn't matter against him. You are terrified on defense because he's different than any player in the league in terms of how much he can just patchwork his team to be 4-2 when they stink at stopping the run.
And outside of James Cook, like, who's he throwing the ball to, right? It's a couple of tight ends. It's Khalil Shakir. Like, they don't really have anybody that's super dominant. It's just Josh Allen willing every single second of the game.
He's a different quarterback than anybody else. And when the score yesterday, I think at one point was 24-3 or 24-7, and they showed Mike Vrabel on the sideline just with a huge grin, and you could tell his vibe was, we have this game.
He looked like he thought, like, we're the best team now.
We have this game. And I said to my wife, has he watched Josh Allen play? Has he watched Josh Allen go to work?
He looked really overconfident.
He did, and that was not a deficit that was safe with Josh Allen.
You see, he got his wife pregnant, Josh Allen. Big news over the weekend, too.
Congrats to them.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm watching the announcers in that game, and the Patriots go up 7-0, and they start having the MVP conversation.
It's not winning the MVP.
Well, the color man, though, says, when they ask him who's the MVP, the color man says, right now, at 7-0, Drake May's the MVP, and they wanted so badly to make the story that when Henderson, who's Saquon Barkley reincarnated in the open field, when Henderson is going 75 yards with a touchdown and Drake May is blocking for him, the announcers, I can hear them getting out of their seat to celebrate. Look at the quarterback running down the field, making a block 70 yards down the field.
Was cool.
He is the MVP. No, he's not. It's the other guy.
Block is putting it strongly, too.
It was
He just
cool.
got in the way. He ran down the field and just kind of like
stride for stride.
A block, though. I mean, it's putting it strongly.
The MVP's in the other conference. Stafford's the MVP.
Yeah, it's number 9.
We didn't hear that at all.
The reigning MVP is in the other huddle, and it has not yet been taken away from him, and neither has the division. Drake May had the chance to do that yesterday. And here's the other thing Josh Allen has, and this one's not small, man. The Patriots are down, and it's 4th and 4, and they've got it at their 21-yard line with all their timeouts and more than 2 minutes in the game, and the announcers are saying the correct thing. You cannot give it back to Josh Allen because the MVP's in the other huddle. You cannot give the football back to Josh Allen because he'll finish you. It's just not something that exists anywhere else. Vrabel coached that game exceptionally well. And at the end, the other quarterback is there and you fear him. And so you go for it on 4th and short at your own 21-yard line and the game's over.
I couldn't believe the theater yesterday watching the NFL for week 15. You have, is this the end for the Chiefs questions? You have Buffalo having a Waterloo moment, needing to come back from 21-0 and telling Drake May, no, the division isn't yours yet. You're wondering aloud if you're ever going to see Joe Burrow again.
Is Trevor Lawrence good?
Myles Garrett is chasing a record for sacks in week 15.
I was locked into Phillip Rivers. I watched that whole game. I really enjoyed watching Phillip Rivers yesterday.
A lot of people did. I do think that something has changed with Jacksonville, and it's making Jacoby Myers their number 1 receiver. It's made them less incompetent at some of the very basic things on offense that they were just super sloppy
ETN's
about.
awesome, too.
He is.
In spurts.
But I thought that Brian Thomas was a number 1 receiver, and he is not. And soon as they moved him from number 1 receiver, all of a sudden their offense got a whole lot more consistent.
Well, remember, during the bye week, Liam Cohen said, all right, we're going to give Travis Hunter the ability to be kind of like our 1A guy, and BT will be another guy on the other side, and then Travis Hunter gets hurt. Then all of a sudden they have it flux. They trade for Jacoby Myers, and their offense has been awesome since then.
Well, I want to ask all of you this question, question because we spend a lot of time talking about football around here. And any Monday I can come in here and say, hey, who do you guys think? Which guards played well yesterday? And nobody would have the answer to it.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy here. Happy holidays. And I know that during the holiday season, my personal favorite part is getting to spend time with family, spend time with friends, reminiscing over years past of the holidays that we spent together before. But in my case, there have been some years I haven't been able to be around, mostly because of work. I'm lucky to live near my family, but I know for some of you, that might not be the case. And if there's distance between you, or even if it is a work conflict, you don't have to feel disconnected from your family during the holidays. And a great way to stay connected is 1-800-Flowers.com, because they make it easy to bridge miles, to bridge distance, to bridge time with gifts that just say, I'm thinking of you, so that the people who have always made your Christmases magical still feel close, even when they're far away. I recently ordered the peppermint rose bouquet for my wife. It was gorgeous, super vibrant, looked freshly picked, and it instantly brought this burst of holiday cheer into our household. It was really wonderful. It made her really happy. Beat the holiday rush and save up to 40% off Christmas bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan for up to 40% off Christmas bestsellers.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan. Happy holidays to you and to our tremendous partners of almost 20 years, Miller Lite. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. It makes the holidays special. It makes the football games special. It makes family gatherings and friendship time extra special. I make all those times Miller time. And during the holidays, most of my favorite memories start the exact same way. I crack open a Miller Lite, take a look around at my friends and family, and think, yeah, this was the right call. Whether it's a late night hang after a holiday party or standing around a fire pit with the family, Miller Lite just fits. It's a taste you know you can depend on, and it's brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And at just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
You ever find yourself late night scrolling, adding stuff to your cart you absolutely don't need? And then you see it, the beautiful, glowing, purple Shop Pay button. Boom! Checkout done. You didn't even have to get up and find your wallet. That, my friends, is Shopify magic. That little purple button means that store is powered by Shopify, which doesn't just make it easy to buy, but ridiculously easy to start and run your own business too. Whether you're a giant like Mattel or Gymshark, or just launching something weird from your garage, like Greg Cote's garage, Shopify has your back. Let's be real, if we can run a show with this much chaos, you can run a business with Shopify. With hundreds of beautiful templates, tools for payments, inventory, analytics, marketing, it's all in one place. And yes, that purple button, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Shopify, it's how real businesses get built. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard. Shopify.com/Batard.
Dan Le Batard.
All right, we got to go back out there. That was big. Wake him up.
He doesn't want to be bothered anymore. Now it's getting tense because he didn't need that as a result. He needs something that happens.
You can see him mother effing out.
He says,
"Can we bother? Are we bothering you right now?"
Turn on your microphone, Greg.
My microphone's on.
Stugotz.
Paint the scene.
Paint the scene is I got to go to work. Good night.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I want to submit to you guys, based on what you've seen of the Bills' defense and statistics, do you think that for the Bills, yes or no question, Joey Bosa has had a good season? Yes or no?
No, not a great season. I think he's done well.
Let me do it another way. 5 sacks is what he's got this season.
Okay.
Has he had a good season? Yes or no? 5 sacks,
That's
Joey
a good
Bosa.
At his age, that's a good season.
I mean, he made a game-saving play.
Well, this is what I was going to say. He is causing more fumbles than anyone in the league. And to me, if I can have that as an ability, if I could get that from somebody, caused 5 fumbles, that person has had a good season, almost no matter what else they've done. If you can lead the league in caused fumbles, you have had a good season just with that. I just don't know that we measure that position very well. We usually do it with sacks. And so just about anybody listening to this, if I say 5 sacks for Joey Bosa, they'd be like, that's 1 every 3 games. That's not great.
Right. But he was a good add to a defense that needed him.
Yeah, but they haven't stopped anybody this year. They haven't been good at defense, and they haven't been great at pass rush, which I thought they were going to be.
They probably lose that game if he doesn't make that pass deflection. Wide open receiver there. The last line of defense was Joey Bosa's arms, and he got him up, and now we're talking about how the Bills wouldn't let the Patriots take the division.
Which is exactly what happened in Foxborough yesterday. Those fans, spoiled, entitled, earned arrogance, those fans thought halfway through that game, this is us eliminating the Bills as the top of this division, and then the entire stadium is rolling backward, afraid of Josh Allen at the end because you know what's in the other huddle. What are you smiling about?
Whatever. It's two teams that neither one of them are going to win the Super Bowl.
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Like you're just so definitive in like burying teams that are right now like odds-on favorites. So who do you have?
If I ask you right now, Bills and Patriots to win the Super Bowl or the field, what are you going with?
I'll take the Bills.
Field. Really?
I'll take the Bills.
Field.
I'll take the Bills.
You just lost money, and I won money.
I think this is how the story goes.
Chargers have a chance. They have a chance.
They're odds.
Yeah, I got one of the greatest
Chargers
coaches.
I locked in a Chargers AFC because I couldn't believe their odds. They were like north of plus 1,000. I understand like the Alt injury. Their O-line is like, they're killing Justin Herbert, but their defense is good enough that they got a shot in these. I like that as a flyer, but I think the stars are aligning for the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills are going to be much better on defense when they get Ed Oliver back. That's a big, huge reason why everybody's running the ball against them. When Ed Oliver is healthy again, which should be soon, I think the Bills are appreciably better on defense.
I'm going to say it again off of that injury yesterday. This is from Bill Barnwell. Including sacks and quarterback knockdowns, Mahomes has been hit 153 times this season, a figure topped by only Justin Herbert. It brings me to the way that Joe Burrow has been talking recently, that a lot of people have heard sort of the sadness in his voice because he's getting hit a lot. It hurts to get up in the morning. It hurts to rehab through injury. And I will tell you something else that hurts that I think is being undercovered when it comes to Joe Burrow speaking of sadness. Because Joe Burrow may love football, but I think what he loves more is winning. It's winning football that he loves. Losing football is a different thing. And I will tell you that the Cincinnati Bengals, before Joe Burrow got there, were a cheap, laughingstock organization for decades. A sad place to work. Cold, antiseptic. You don't like being at the facility, not just because you're losing, but because the program is cheap. Your owners don't actually care about winning. Joe Burrow going to the facility, losing or winning in a city that's different than that one, cold, and your premises are cheap. Everything around you feels small. Joe Burrow lifts it, but the Bengals have been something you've laughed at for 40 years because they're cheap. And so Joe Burrow walks in and whatever, the stuff he's looking at everywhere is bleak, dark, and sad. Winning covers a lot, but losing doesn't help you getting up in the morning. If your body hurts and it's physically cold and you're walking to a program that you know is like, oh, this place is stinky. They're cheap people here. I've lifted them. And then you get yesterday. Do you have the sound of him in the postgame press conference yesterday where Joe Burrow the last couple of weeks sounds sad? And it makes me wonder whether he loves football or just winning at football.
We haven't been a good football team. You know, bad football teams do losing things. And number one, your quarterback has to play better than I did today.
Do you feel like there's too much weight on you where it feels like if you're not perfect, the team is good enough around you to pick you up?
I feel confident in all those guys in the locker room. There's not a team in the NFL that would have won the game today if I was the quarterback.
Joe Flacco loves football. Phillip Rivers loves football. I don't know whether Joe Burrow loves football or just winning at football.
You see, talk about being cheap. The Bengals yesterday, they didn't clear the snow off the seats. The NFL requires you to clear the snow off the seats before the fans arrive. The Bengals didn't do that, so they're likely going to get fined by the NFL. Can you imagine you show up to the game, it's however little degrees it is, you have to clear the snow off your seats to watch your team score 0 points.
The Bengals in my lifetime are the only football team I have ever covered that I have thought to myself they have no interest in actually winning. They're here to make money off of the business of it. They are not interested in spending except as much as the league and the rules insist that they must.
If I were Joe Burrow, and I gave him a lot of credit because I would love the truth, the absolute unvarnished truth from a quarterback in a situation like this, not that he would ever say it, Joe Burrow should have said, "We have the worst defense in the NFL. It's quantifiable. Our defense has given up more points than any other team in football." Tough to play like that. Tough for an offense to go into a game knowing that they might have to score 34 points to win.
Yeah, but they needed to, yesterday, the Ravens needed to score 1 point to win.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So how would you get the 1 point? That's hard. That's hard, just 1 point.
Can we just kick an extra point, guys?
It was going to be hard to stop them from scoring the 1 point that they would have needed to win yesterday.
No, that's fair in that case. But the larger point is that the defense sucks.
But that has nothing to do with yesterday. Yesterday, I know that they've had more games this year. Jeremy, look this up for me. They've had a number of games this year where they've scored 30-plus points and lost. Joe Burrow has had a number of games. So that would be fair on another day. Not yesterday, though. A quarterback could have won them that game yesterday.
Right.
They needed a quarterback to not throw a pick six that Van Noy is handing to Gilman with the...
That was awesome.
It looked like a baton race where it's like, here, take it, take it.
That was... The fact that Van Noy knew that's... I need to give this to somebody who's faster than me. I'm not going to make it those 90 yards.
Or a quarterback that could hit a streaking wide open Jamar Chase. I think it's really interesting that after those comments a few days ago, Joe Burrow threw up like his worst game.
We all should have known. Like watching that press conference last week, it should have been so obvious to everyone. Oh, they're going to be really terrible.
0 points against a defense that has struggled this year, and Joe Burrow doesn't look like himself at all. At all.
How did it happen, Dan? Like, how did it happen where he returned 3 weeks ago and he was asked on the sideline by the reporter before the game started why he hurried back. And he's just like, I love football. We get paid a lot of money to play a game. Football's fun. And then just 3 weeks later, I don't know if he's going to play football anymore.
These two teams played. The Bengals moved the ball.
They kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah, they look good. And then he says he doesn't know if he's having fun, and he's worried about the head injuries, and he sounds like he's got this really dark energy, and they throw up 0 points. I think you could really look into those comments.
3 such games this year where the Bengals have scored 30-plus points and lost the game. 2 of them were with Joe Flacco. One game in which they scored 42 points against Chicago, and one game where they scored 38 points against the Jets, and both of those losses were at home.
Dan, the handicap seats were covered in snow when the fans got there. Come on.
Is that a big deal?
The handicap seats?
Even the handicap seats. You get a neighbor.
We say ADA now.
You get a neighbor
to
brush off your seat for you. The seats
A
are
neighbor?
The seats are this big. The seats are this big. You go like this with your hand. Get rid of the snow.
It's such a Florida guy right there.
Let me give you a better stat here, okay? Over the last 2 years, okay, the rest of the NFL, when scoring 33 points, is 136, 10, and 2. So there have been 148 games played, and 10 of them have been losses. Cincinnati, when scoring at least 33 points the last 2 years, 4-7. So 7 of those 10 losses are Cincinnati. It's just their defense is terrible.
Right. That's my point.
And he's feeling kind of hopeless.
Yes.
Can't believe Al Golden didn't fix this. I am stunned.
It was right.
So Monster Miami Sports Night, according to Zaslow, the Dolphins are playing. Are you going to hate watch that? How does this work?
Why would I hate watch it? They're my team. I'm going to hope to win watch it.
Because you hate watching Tua.
Well, I hate watching Tua, that's for sure. But the A-Chan's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
Give the ball to A-Chan.
Is he healthy? Is he going to play?
He's expected to play. Expected to play. Give the ball to A-Chan. I like watching Minka. He's fun to watch. I'm into this team, man. They got a game that matters. Hey, there's some teams out there like the Kansas City Chiefs. They're done. Dolphins aren't done. I'm watching this game tonight. I'm into it. Hopefully by the time the Dolphin game starts, matter of fact, because the game starts at 8:15, Panthers start at 7. Hopefully the Panthers, maybe we're up like 2-0 at the stupid Lightning by then. So I'm in a great mood. The Heat game will still be, like maybe early second quarter. Maybe the Heat got a lead. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But hopefully, can we go 3-0 tonight?
Roy, the Lightning, have they fixed everything or just in the regular season? They fixed it in the regular season, which is when...
Cats are rolling right now, Roy.
Yes, the Panthers are currently hot with that 4-0 win in Dallas. That was classic Panther hockey.
You know about that shutout?
How can they be hot if they just lost to Colorado 6-2 in Colorado?
Because
the second night of a back-to-back in Denver.
They won
That's an impossible game.
Colorado has lost how many times this year? 2?
2 times in regulation. Panthers are going to go there second night of a back-to-back? Please. Panthers won 4-5. They just skunked the Dallas Stars. We're cooking with gas right now.
How about the Mammoths? Are they good?
Panthers didn't care if they're good or not.
I don't think it's plural. It's just just the Utah Mammoth.
Oh man, okay.
It's a singular.
Still learning.
Ass.
Still learning.
Singular ass that was taken. not
a bunch of mammoth ass. Only one mammoth ass.
A singular mammoth ass. One of them.
Kachuk is coming back soon.
And tonight the Heat play Toronto.
Per Jeff Passan, first baseman Josh Bell has agreed to terms with the Minnesota Twins. The 33-year-old is a switch hitter who will help them both offensively and defensively.
Wow, still doing Vecna, huh?
He found a bit that works, and in the style of this show, we run it right into the ground. Several episodes past its expiration date, we continue
doing Josh Bell updates.
Well, the original ones weren't any better than that. I miss Josh Bell. Josh Bell is worthy of an update locally. That's a good local update,
That's a former Marlin who made a postseason with the franchise.
God, 3-0 tonight would be so good. Panthers, Heat, Dolphins. Oh, I'll be on fire tomorrow morning.
See you on the broadcast.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.